Hello everyone and welcome back to Steins Gate 0. I'm G, and we have been looking for Kagari Shina with the help of Mocha Kiryu. And let's just... actually, no, wait, no, one more important thing. Somebody else has been looking for her, which is great and definitely not at all concerning. So let's get started. Several days had passed since Mocha had given her report. I checked last night and evidently there was nothing new to say. She had her deadlines for her magazine, she said, and couldn't spend a lot of time on it. That other group of people who were searching for Kagari Shina concerned me, but I couldn't ask her to prioritize it over her own work.
Oh, Maishi is very disappointed.
Is this about the Christmas party?
Yep, Kaine and Fubuki are both busy. And Ferris is at work and Nai's gonna spend it with her dad. And Daru says he's going to have fun with Yuki.
That's a good thing, isn't it? I'd heard that Suzuha had gone through a lot of work to set that up. He was always complaining that Daru wasn't making his intentions clear with Yuki. From Suzuha's perspective, her own existence was at stake. Even if it was already fated to happen, something still might interrupt it. More than anything, she probably wanted to see her mom and dad getting along in this peaceful world. If something came out of this, it would probably make her feel better. You sure you don't want to spend Christmas with your family? Your dad was reserving a cake.
You met my dad?
I ran into him near my house. He was all excited because he was reserving a big cake to surprise you.
I see. Maybe I should do that.
Oh, but don't let him know I told you. It's supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah, okay. But what are you gonna do for Christmas?
I guess I don't have any plans. My family never did stuff like that. The guys at school were having a men-only drinking party and I hadn't been invited. I kept telling them she wasn't, but they insisted on thinking that Mayuri was my girlfriend. Some of them had it out for me because of that.
Didn't you say that one year you asked Santa for a present and the next day you found vegetables under your pillow?
Yeah, and it was obviously stuff left over from the day before. When I went to complain, my dad yelled at me and told me we weren't Christians anyway. Honestly, I'm amazed I actually grew up alright. Well, if you could call how I ended up alright.
Once Christmas is done, there's Kamima and then New Year's. The year just flies by.
You're right. It hadn't flown by for me at all. I'd gone through the same span of days again and again. For me, the year had been unimaginably long.
Oh, I know. Hey, Queen, since we can't have a Christmas party, how about we have a New Year's party? We can all go visit the shrine and eat osechi and say Happy New Year's!
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Right? Right? Okay, then I'll ask everybody later.
Mary stood up to go.
Okay, Mayushi's about to go shopping!
Shopping?
Yep, I need some props for Fubuki's cosplay.
I see. Take care.
Okay. Alright, Ocarine, Rikuko wanted to talk to you about something.
Oh. That's right, Rikuko had called me. After that Mocha had come, so much had happened that I had forgotten. Knowing Rikuko, since I'd told him I'd call him back, he'd probably been waiting for me this whole time. Got it. I'll get in touch with him.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Mary put on her coat, waved, and went out the door. Alright, I should get in touch with Rikuko. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Call... Rikuko! Rikuko isn't picking up. Oh well. I'd have to send him a Rhine. I typed in my message. Sorry, I forgot all about yesterday. And sent it. And then I waited a while for a response to come back. But there was no sign of him even reading the Rhine message. Was he busy with something? For a moment I thought of going to the shrine to see, but if he was busy I didn't want to bother him. He'd contact me when he had time. Just when I was thinking about that, I heard footsteps coming up the stairs outside the lab. It didn't sound like Daru. Daru's steps were a lot heavier. Come in!
Hello.
Rikuko!
Good, Okabe, I'm glad you're here.
It was Rikuko, the boy I'd been trying to get a hold of. Sorry, I totally forgot, so I just called you.
Huh? Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't notice either.
He looked guilty, as if he'd done something wrong. No, it's fine. Anyway, you've got to be cold. Come in.
Oh, sure.
But he hesitated, seemingly distracted by something behind him.
So, Okabe, I was going to talk to you about something. But first, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Is that okay?
Someone you'd like me to meet?
Well...
Ruko moved slightly to the side, and a girl appeared behind him.
Hello?
What? Impossible. The girl there was... Kurisu.
Nice to meet you.
Come in.
Thank you.
After a cup of tea I poured out of a plastic bottle, and she thanked me in a voice that was almost impossible to hear. For my part, it was all I could do to keep the hand holding the cup from trembling. I took another good look at the girl sitting across from me. She looks just like her. Not like Ruko. The girl in front of me looked just like Kurisu. Her brown hair, her slightly slanted eyes, her unconcerned expression. Right now, there was no sign of her strong-willed nature, but other than that, they were identical. When I had first seen her, my heart felt like it was going to stop. But on closer inspection, some parts were different, like the size of her breasts. Was she about our age? She looked older than Ruko. I know Ruko had a sister. Could this be her? She had a quiet air about her that seemed similar to Ruko. But I thought I remembered hearing that Ruko's sister was actually quite cheerful.
Okabe?
Oh, nothing. So, Ruko.
Ruko?
Oh, excuse me, that's just what I call him, since, you know, he looks like a girl. I just realized that it was a pretty rude nickname. But it was a habit now, and there was no changing it.
I see.
Her expression softened, just a little. He really did look just like her. I took a shallow breath and forced myself to relax. So, Ruko, who is this?
Well, remember how I told you my dad had a visitor staying?
Yeah, you told me. Is this her?
Yes.
That was a surprise. I thought a friend of your father's would be older.
Oh, no, more precisely, someone my dad knows brought her.
Oh. So this wasn't the person who was talking about Harumi. That made me feel a little better.
So I wanted to talk to you about her.
Before that, can you tell me your name? It's hard to just keep saying her. Her face clouded. Did I say something wrong?
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Well, how can we find out who this girl is?
It took a moment before I understood what he said. Wait a second. Ruko, what do you mean?
She's got amnesia, she says.
Amnesia?
That's right.
And she doesn't even remember her name?
That's right.
Or who she is?
That's right.
Why?
I don't know.
Of course not. If she knew, she wouldn't have amnesia. But why come to me?
I thought you might know of a good way to bring back someone's memories. You talk about memories in the brain and all that complicated stuff all the time. Anything you can do to help me bring back my memories would be helpful. Wonderful.
Wait, sure, I talked about that stuff a lot, but I'm just an interested amateur. I don't know anything special. I knew how the brain worked and how it was laid out. I knew what amnesia was. But bringing back someone's memories was a different matter. Even the latest medical technology would be useless. Unless, of course, you had your memories stored on a system like Amadeus.
I see.
The girl was visibly disappointed.
Then is there some way you can find out who she is? Hana seems to be suffering so much.
Kana?
Luca's father gave me that name. He said I needed a name. He says it means temporary.
It doesn't sound like a lot of thought went into that. Was that okay?
He said since I wasn't going to be using it forever, it would be better this way.
I couldn't tell if that was deep or not.
Okabe, is there anything you can do? If we could at least find out her name.
I'd love to help, but wouldn't it be faster to go to a private investigator?
Private investigator? Like a detective agency?
Yeah, but even that's gonna be rough with nothing to go on at all. Didn't have a wallet or a bag or anything?
No, nothing.
Nothing? Not necessarily something big. I'd imagine there has to be at least one thing.
There is one thing, but I don't know if it'll help.
Slowly took out a handkerchief, as if it was something that was very important to her. Whatever was inside must have been the one thing she was carrying. May I see?
Yes. Huh? Do we have visitors?
Almost at the exact same time, Kana opened the handkerchief. I heard Mayuri's soft voice coming from the front hall. Evidently, she was back from shopping. Suzuha was behind her, too. That was a rare combination, and they ran into each other on the way.
Oh, Mayuri! It's Uka! Rather, Uka, who is this? She's a guest who's staying with my family.
Kana bowed her head a little.
Wow!
For some reason, Mayuri gave a happy little sigh as she looked at the handkerchief in Kana's hands.
That's an Upa, right?
Inside of the white handkerchief was a faded Upa keychain.
You like Upa? Mayushi loves him too.
Is this your clue? It was an old Upa keychain. Was that really a clue?
But how old is this? It looks pretty old.
It really did, come to think of it. Upa was a character from the Rainet Kakeru anime. Upa products had only been around for a few years now. But the one I was looking at was very old.
This was probably green to start with. It's the Forest Fairy version.
Forest Fairy?
Yep, it was in the movie that just came out. Mayushi's got one too, see? But the design's a little different.
I couldn't see any difference at all.
This keychain's really hard to find, so I was looking everywhere for it. And then Nuka found it and bought it for me a while ago, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just happened to see it on sale.
It's strange, though. If it's from a new movie, it can't have been on sale that long. Yeah, it's so old. Huh? Only then did I realize how pale Kana's face was.
Are you okay, Kana?
Are you not feeling well?
I'm fine.
Kana tried to stand up and almost fell forward. Yukiko quickly grabbed her. I know. I'll get you something cold. I went to get a bottle of water out of the fridge when I noticed that Suzuha was staring at Kana in shock. Suzuha?
This is impossible.
Huh? Strangely, Kana wasn't the only one who was shaking a little. Suzuha was too.
No, that Upa.
What's wrong, Suzuha?
I know that Upa. It's... Huh?
Hey, Suzuha! Kana staggered a few steps towards Suzuha, and then a few steps more. It couldn't be. No, there was just no way. But...
Are you... Kagari?
What?
Are you Kagari? Are you Kagari Shina?
Kana's eyes went wide. And she slowly collapsed to the floor. The orbital eclipse. Well, calm down a bit?
Yes, thank you.
Kana had passed out after hearing the name Kagari Shina from Suzuha, but with the help from Rikuko and the girls, she woke up 10 minutes later. But she still didn't look very good. Rukuko and Mayuri, sorry, can you go buy something cold to drink?
Huh?
And some of those cooling sheets that you put on your forehead would be nice too. I felt bad for Rukuko, but I probably didn't want either of them hearing what we were about to discuss.
Yep, okay, let's go, Ruka. Oh, yeah.
Rukuko seemed interested in hearing what was going on, but still, he went along with Mayuri. What happened next was the problem. Kana.
Kaguri, where have you been? And what have you been doing? What?
Suzuha opened her mouth the second Mayuri and Rukuko left. Her words were as sharp as a knife blade, and Kana looked terrified.
What the hell were you thinking when you...
Wait, Suzuha. She's lost her memories.
What did you say?
Explain what had brought Kana here. Ryan.
I'm about to reveal an...
Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness.
I'm about to reveal an important secret to you, yeah?
But I refuse.
Come on, just let me say it, yeah?
It's probably just more made-up nonsense, right? Really hard keeping up with all the stuff you say.
You've changed, Ocarina. Will you ever go back to the old you? Will you never go back to being Kyoman, yeah?
Sorry. Oof. Explain what brought Kana here. I don't know if I read that before.
Amnesia? Then she doesn't even know where she's been?
Yeah, there's something we need to find out first. Whether or not she really was Kaguri Shina. Kana.
Oh, yes?
Do you remember what we were just talking about?
Yes.
What do you want to do? Should we wait for you to recover a little more before we continue?
No, I'm fine.
She was clutching her upa so hard that her fingertips had gone white. There was a light in her eyes as she looked up at Suzuha. Okay, let's get back to it. Suzuha, what makes you say that this is Kaguri?
That upa. Kaguri never let go of it. She said it was a present from her mom that would keep her safe.
Kana slowly opened her hand. The tiny old upa was staring up at us with a silly look on its face. A present from her mom. A present from Mayuri. Kana said that upa was the one thing she had with her.
That's right. I woke up without my memories, and the only thing I had was this keychain.
Woke up?
Yes.
Woke up where?
A mountain path in Chiba, near the prefecture's border. The priest of a nearby temple happened to be passing by, and he found me lying on the ground. I stayed there for a while. But they said the temple was a place of spiritual training, and they couldn't let a girl stay there for very long.
So they sent you to Rukuko's place?
Yes, the priest thought that Ruka was a girl. They thought it would be good to send me to a home with a girl my age. I never thought of that. If only I had known you were so close.
The guest that Rukuko had mentioned a few days ago was probably that priest. Which means that Kaguri Shina had been there the whole time. He'd been searching blindly for her without any idea. And she'd been there the whole time. If only I'd taken Rukuko's call, we wouldn't have had to go through all this. So Kana, did you remember anything when you heard the name Kaguri?
To be honest, I don't know, but it feels like I've heard it before. And...
Kana's words cut off as she looked at Suzuha.
That girl from before. You mean Big Sis Mayu? Big Sis Mayu?
That's Mayuri Shina.
Mayuri. Somehow when I saw her, I felt very warm.
Even if she was Kaguri Shina, she would only have known Mayuri after she'd grown up. But her appearance can't have changed that much. Which meant that it would make sense that seeing her would stir some feelings within Kaguri.
Hey, can I see that again? Oh, sure.
Kaguri handed the old upa over to Kana. I think probably Suzuha.
Yeah, this is definitely Kaguri's. Does that mean I'm this Kaguri Shina girl?
I think so. We can't be sure yet, but that would make sense.
No, I'm sure of it. It is Kaguri. Keychain is proof of it. Big Sis Mayu gave this to Kaguri. But how could you have amnesia of all things?
The keychain probably did belong to Kaguri. But she also could have been gifted it by Kagari Shina, or she could have picked it up off the ground. Of course, Suzuha said the keychain was very important to Kagari. It was unlikely that she'd drop it or give it to someone. Which meant... Then the door opened and Mayuri poked her head through to see what was going on.
Doo-doo-doo! Is everything okay?
Oh, sorry, thanks for getting that.
Not at all.
The drinks and cooling sheets were taken out of their plastic bags and put on the desk. Who have we got now?
You really don't want to know, yeah?
Oh. Middle one.
No need to think about it, yeah? If you don't find out now, then when will you find out, yeah? Be true to your desires, yeah?
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! But I refuse.
Oh, Green, you're toying with poor little Ferris, aren't you? You naughty boy. So,
Yukiko waited a moment for her to take a sip of the drinks she'd bought, and then spoke with a quavering voice.
So it's kind of this Kagari girl that Amane was looking for?
Yeah, that's probably the case.
I'm so glad. Now you at least know your name. Yuka.
Kana, that is, Kagari, smiled gently when she saw how relieved Yukiko was.
Oh, but then, do you know where her real family is? Huh? No, that's...
Suzuha was Kagari's neighbor when they were kids, but she moved 12 years ago and hasn't been able to find her since. Isn't that right?
That's right, and all of a sudden I really started missing her, so I came to Uncle Ocarine for help.
That's the situation, which means that Suzuha doesn't know anything about Kagari's family or where she lived.
I see.
That was the only answer I could come up with. If we told Kagari that she was a time traveler from the year 2036 who'd come here 12 years ago, it would only confuse her. Now, if only we could get our memories back, we could know exactly what happened. She learned her name and met both Suzuha and Mayuri. Mayuri's presence alone had to be a big deal.
Kagari? Yes? What's your last name? I didn't hear it before, so I'd like to learn it. Well, they say that it's Shina. Wow, then you've got the same last name as Mayushi. Mayushi's last name is Shina. Mayuri Shina. Mayuri Shina? Yeah, that makes me happy. I've never met anybody with the same name as me. I see. Yep, so I'm really glad to meet you. Yes, nice to meet you too.
Mayuri was using her natural cheerfulness to try and open up to Kagari. If it worked, maybe she could bring back her memories.
You could tell me you got amnesia. Is that true? Yes. That means you don't know who you are, doesn't it? Yes. I see. That has to be really tough, huh? Because that makes you forget about the people you love, right? Maybe she thinks that's really, really sad. I don't really know how to say this, but Mayushi will help too, so let's do our best, okay?
Mayuri smiled. I could see Kagari's eyes well up with tears.
What's wrong? Did Mayushi say something weird? No, that's not it. Just hearing you say that makes me so happy for some reason. And it's not just Mayushi. Ocarine, Suzu, and Rika all feel the same way. Yes, of course. I'll do anything I can. Thank you, Ruka, Mayuri.
I could leave Kagari to Mayuri and Yukiko and she'd be just fine. The question was, what to do now? Yukiko, can you do me a favor?
What is it?
Can Kagari stay at your place a while longer?
Huh?
In the meantime, we'll try to figure out what she's been doing until now.
Of course, I don't mind.
Is that okay with you too, Suzuha?
That's fine.
Suzuha probably wasn't completely happy with that, but she nodded anyway. Our first priority now was getting back Kagari's memories.
Then I can see you if I go to Yuka's place, right? Maybe you should come over to play. course, right, Kaguri? Right!
Oh, nope, wrong voice.
Right!
Suzuha, you should try to drop by as often as possible, too. It's probably the best way to get her memories back.
Okie dokie. Alright, if we're not having a Christmas party, I'd like to have a New Year's party. Can you help too, Kaguri? It would really make me happy. Huh? Can I? Of course, right, Yuka? Yeah, let's all have a party together.
Anytime you got three girls together, they'd start chattering like birds. The girls, although one of them was a guy, began to chatter away. I had my own work to do. First, I had to let Mocha know we'd found her. Oh. We found Kaguri Shina. Knowing Mocha, she'd respond almost immediately.
No way. Where?
A friend who works at a shrine was taking care of her. She was found on a mountain path near the Chiba border, but she's lost her memories from before then.
She was that close? Wow. We've been looking for whoever is after her, but can't find any info. Maybe a pretty big group.
It would be a big help if you could keep it up. Okay! That was all I needed to do for Mocha. But I was still interested in the group who'd been looking for Kaguri. And I also wanted to know what she was doing lying on a mountain path. What was she doing out there? With only an Upa? Could she have been running from someone? Rukiko, can I have a second?
Yes, what is it?
I'd like you to try to keep Kaguri from leaving the shrine as much as possible.
Huh? Why?
Don't ask the reason, please.
Yes, alright. You say so, Okabe.
Couldn't hurt to be careful. If it was nothing, then that was fine. Once Kaguri got her memories back, I'd know for sure. Nobody knew when that would be, though. The day after Rukiko took Kaguri to the lab, I took Mayuri to Yanabayashi Shrine, through an Akihabara that was filled with the Christmas spirit.
Oh, Mayuri, and Okabe too.
Rukiko was smiling. He'd seen us before we could say anything. His smile was far too cute to belong to a man. Once again, I was forced to doubt his real gender.
Yuka, Kaguri, doo-doo-doo! Doo-doo-doo! Wow, Kaguri, you're amazing! Huh? Why? Because even when she says doo-doo-doo, no one ever says doo-doo-doo back at first.
It's hard for someone who's only just met you to understand that it's a greeting.
Yep, so everyone says, what's that? But you just said doo-doo-doo right back. So I'm impressed. I just kind of thought I should, maybe?
Maybe Mayuri's strange greeting had embedded itself in some part of Kaguri's mind. Which meant, even 25 years from now, Mayuri was still saying doo-doo-doo? Well, knowing Mayuri... Rain!
Mount Kaguri.
Is there something bothering you?
I'm honestly a little relieved that Kaguri lost her memories. I'm scared that they might come back. Sure, she hates me.
You still want them to come back anyway, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Dwelling on the past won't help.
This kind of bothers me. Alright, don't tell anyone about this.
Got it. And exit. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Okabe, to you too.
Thanks. Still didn't know how to deal with her. She'd been 10 years old when she was separated from Suzuha. That was 12 years ago, she should be 22 now. That meant she was older than me, but she was also Mayuri's adopted daughter. That would make her like Suzuha, who was Daru's daughter. Suzuha was at least the same age as me and Daru, so I didn't need to worry about being polite to my elders, but...
Alright, it's Christmas Eve today! Merry Christmas! You're right, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas!
Was it okay to celebrate Christmas at a shrine? By the way, Kaguri, how are you doing?
Not bad, but I still don't remember anything.
No, there's no need to force yourself to remember things. When the time comes, the memories will come back on their own. It's better to think of things that way.
I understand.
Of course, you probably want to remember them faster than that. Something wrong?
No, I was just thinking that Ruka, Mayuri, and you, of course, are all really nice.
No, I'm not really nice.
You don't need a blush.
She'd been so depressed when we first met that this was probably the first time I had seen her smile. Her smile was somehow childish, and she seemed a lot younger than I'd been told she was.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't be so informal with someone I've just met.
No, it's fine. I'm not very good at being polite either.
That's right, May, you should be happier if you just talk normally. That makes it feel more like we're friends, right? Friends. Yeah, friends. Thanks, Mayuri. Friends, huh?
Maybe this was just how the future Mayuri became close to her as well. A war orphan. That's what Suzuha had said about Kaguri. And all of that was... It was my fault, wasn't it? If I did what Suzuha wanted, would her life change? But for that to happen, I would have to once again...
Okabe, are you okay? You don't look so good.
It's nothing. I'm just not getting enough sleep.
I see. I hope so.
Anyway, what were you doing just now, Duko? Looked busy.
Cleaning the shrine.
Don't you clean it all the time? I felt like every time I came here, Duko had a broom in his hands.
Today's the big cleaning day, when we clean the parts we don't normally get to.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's almost New Year's. New Year's was a big deal for a shrine.
I did the dusting a few days ago, but there's still stuff to do, so I'm having Kaguri help. It doesn't feel right to just stay here and do nothing. I have to help a little at least.
Duko and Kaguri seem to be getting along just fine. Oh, Ruka. Yes?
Hello, Father.
Duko's father was poking his head out from behind the shrine. He had the look of a saint, but I knew he had some bad habits. Mostly of the same type as Daru had. Dressing up Duko in shrine priestess clothes and having him help around the shrine was all his idea. Oh, Okabe. Mayuri, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
Wait, are you not allowed to say that? Huh? What's wrong, Okabe? No, nothing. Well, if it didn't bother them, I guess it was fine. More importantly, I needed to thank them for what they were doing for Kaguri. Actually, about Kana. Name's Kaguri, I heard. Luca told me. I had no idea you guys knew her. Small world, huh? That's right, so it would help a lot if she could stay here for a while. You seem to have your reasons, I hear. Of course, she's welcome to stay as long as she likes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's fine. It's like having a new daughter.
A new daughter? I thought you already have my sister.
She never comes home, though. She knows I miss her, and she's just being mean. Oh, I just had an idea. Since we've got all the girls here, why don't you all help at the shrine on New Year's?
Help? The shrine priestesses?
Of course, Kaguri and Mayuri too. We'll have you wear the outfits. How about it? I'll pay.
But that's not fair to them. Oh, I don't mind. You guys are really helping me, so it's the least I can do.
Really?
Maybe she has to get ready for the party on New Year's. I like making cosplay outfits, but I don't know about wearing them.
Mayuri, a shrine priestess outfit isn't actually cosplay, you know? I see. Don't you want to see Mayuri dressed up as a shrine priestess, Okabe? Huh? Why is he asking me?
Is that true, Ocarine?
No, You can't fool me. It's written on your face. No way. If I were to look in a mirror right now, I most definitely would not see it written on my face.
I see. Well, if Ocarine says so.
Great, glad to hear it. That means I'll have to get the outfits ready. Hey, honey! You must have been afraid that Mayuri and Kaguri were going to change their minds because you quickly ran behind the shrine. You seriously couldn't let your guard down around that man.
Sorry. No, there's no reason for you to apologize. I know you were looking forward to that New Year's party. I can still do it after I'm done helping here, so don't worry. Yeah, that's right. I'll help too. Ask for anything you need. Thanks, Uka! I don't know if I'll look good in a Shrine Priestess outfit. Don't worry, I'm sure you will. Really? Yeah, Meiji makes all kind of cosplay outfits for her friends, so I can tell. If you say so, I guess I'll try it. Yeah!
Since I'd asked them to keep Kaguri from leaving the shrine, she probably needed something like this to relax. Maybe that was why Iruko's father had asked her. No. No way. Either way, it was going to be a busy New Year's. Okay, I'll be going.
Huh? You're leaving already? I haven't even brought you tea.
I just came to see Kaguri is all.
Oh, Cream, maybe she is.
I know, you want to talk about New Year's a little more, right? I'll be back at the lab.
Thanks, Okabe.
She bowed her head a little and smiled innocently. If she still had her memories as a war orphan, would she be able to smile like that? Come to think of it, what would she, Yajo, be doing on New Year's? She had said that New Year's was a time for partying with your friends, but it didn't seem like she had any friends to party with.
How many times do I have to tell you? Jeez.
Oh, wrong person. I thought it was Amadeus. I heard a voice I thought I recognized. It was Yajo herself. And she was yelling at a police officer? Which meant...
Are you gonna prove it? Just hold on.
Yajo!
Oh, Okabe, good timing. Can you help me with something?
Officer, this is an adult woman. I swear it. Who are you? Friend of hers? Yes, I'm a classmate of hers at college. I didn't feel like explaining the whole thing. She wouldn't mind if I told a little lie like that, probably. College. Tokyo Denki University. You can check it out yourself if you want, but... Oh no, there's no need to go that far. I see, so she isn't in elementary school. The policeman left, shaking his head.
What was that all about? You could have at least apologized. Maybe I'll sue.
It just means he's dedicated to his job, right?
You're just as bad, Okabe.
Me?
One look and you were sure that you had mistaken me for a kid and was trying to take me back to the station, right? So that means you're thinking the same thing he was.
That's not... Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut.
I am grateful for your help. Thank you.
It's nothing. Should have just said so to begin with, then. Come to think of it, Kurisu was the same way. We're all genius scientists like this. So what are you doing here, Yajo?
Here, take a look.
She showed me a big bag. Well, no, it just looked big because Maho was holding it. It actually wasn't very big at all.
It's that laptop I was telling you about. I thought there might be somebody in Akihabara who could decrypt it, but...
Evidently, she was holding Kurisu's laptop. You're still working on that?
Well, I don't want to invade her privacy, but I want to know what she was thinking and what she was trying to do. You're lucky. You got to talk to her before she died.
Not in this world line, I didn't.
And it still doesn't seem real to me. I just got a message out of nowhere that she was dead. Didn't even get to go to the funeral. I want to know a little more about Kurisu. I know it might be a little too late now, but I guess it's my own way of coping with her death.
Yajo.
So please, Okabe, is there anything you can think of, anything at all, that could be a password?
I knew how she felt. I knew she wanted a way to cope. Because I still hadn't come to grips with it myself. But still, Sorry, but I don't.
Okabe!
Sorry.
Is that how you're running away?
Running away?
That's why you stopped talking to Amadeus too, right? Because you're running?
She was right. I had run away. I'd run away from a chain of tragedy that had repeated itself hundreds, no, thousands of times. And the result of that running away was who I was today.
Kurisu was really mad. She says you were a very cold person.
I could imagine. Knowing her, she'd probably said all kinds of things about me. But That's right. I am a cold person. I'd abandoned her.
Okabe.
My attitude must have affected her, because Maho had fallen silent. I realized too late that I had made a mistake. I didn't need to put it like that. I'm sorry.
No.
This was really awkward. I needed something to change the subject. Oh, right. Have any plans for New Year's?
No, not right now.
Then why don't we all visit Yanabayashi Shrine? Mayuri and the others are going to be helping there.
Mayuri?
Oh, right. Mayuri wasn't there when she'd visited the lab. An old friend of mine. She's also a lab member.
An old friend.
Yeah, and we're having a party at the lab right after that. If you want, you can wear a Shrine Priestess outfit and help out too.
A Shrine Priestess outfit? Is that cosplay?
No, it's a real job, so it's not cosplay.
I see. I'll pass. I probably won't have anything in my size.
He's probably right, actually. He might have had some of Ruko's old clothes from his childhood around, but it seemed like a bad idea to mention that.
Come on, you can at least try and tell me that I'm wrong.
Sorry.
So are we meeting at the lab? What time should I be there?
Huh? What?
I'll pass on helping out, but I do want to visit a shrine on New Year's. As for the party afterwards, well, I'll think about it.
That made sense. If she met Mayuri and they didn't get along, there was probably no need to go to a party with her. Alright, I'll let you know the details then.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
The time between then and New Year's flew by. Parties and drinking at school. When that was over, Komima. Of course, all I did for that was watch Daru and Mayuri run around. And then it was January 1st, 2011. Is this everybody? I'll take attendance. Manishi.
Here.
Maotan.
I told you to stop calling me that.
Kaidashi.
Present.
Ojishi.
Yup.
And also,
I'm here too.
89. Elkarine, why is Brownshi here? No clue. Mayuri invited 9. He came too, I guess. Hey, what are you whispering about? Nothing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Bix's Mayuri wearing a Shrine Priestess outfit.
Yeah, sorry, I wish I could go with you. Hmm? You can't come, Mr. Tanoji? Of course not. Why the hell would I want to go visit a shrine with you guys? Something important came up, so I gotta head out. I'm leaving Nahhhh with you. Take good care of her, or your rent's going up. Ugh. When we heard that, Daru and I both let out a sigh of relief, even though he was still right there. I, in particular, was trying to avoid Tanoji as much as I possibly could. His ostensible job was running the strange brown tube workshop, but he was really the leader of the Rounders, who worked for CERN. My heart wasn't strong enough to deal with him, knowing that. The only reason I didn't leave the building altogether was that Mayuri and Daru had opposed it. There was also the hope that if something did happen, I'd be able to learn something about the Rounders' movements. Still, I hadn't come back to the lab for a long time.
You should say that, Dad. You shouldn't say that, Daddy.
Oh, you're right. Such a good girl, Nahhhh.
Uncle Ocarine, thanks for taking care of me.
Yeah. I didn't seem as scared of me. Probably because I'd stopped treating her like a small cute animal. Okay, I'll be back to pick her up tonight. See you. Alright. Is there something else? Nah, this feels like you've really changed. You always used to keep going on about Halloween, whatever the hell that was. Not anymore. This feels weird. I'm an adult now. An adult, huh? Well, whatever. Take care of Nahhhh for me. Yeah. Everyone in the room except Nahhhh let out a big sigh of relief the minute Tanoji left. Anyway, this is everybody. Fubuki, Kaede, Yuki, Maho, and Nahhhh. was a strange group. Of course, we were all going to Yanabayashi Shrine.
Are you sure it's okay for me to be here?
Don't worry about it. Anyway, this ended up being just kind of a strange group. Was that okay?
I'd be lying if I said I was fitting in. I always did want to go to a shrine on New Year's. I'm happy to meet more people my own age.
Glad to hear it. Maha was probably feeling a little left out. That would solve itself with time.
I can't wait to see Maishi's cosplay outfit. Oh, Fubuki, it's not a cosplay outfit. It's her official uniform for today. It'll be fun to see Suzaha wearing one too. Onahashida.
Yeah, nothing wrong with little sister shrine priestess. If you could throw in a nurse somewhere, you'd have an anime full house.
Ah, you're always such a pervert, Hashida.
But a preferred gentleman, though. In the end, instead of just Mayuri helping at the shrine, Suzaha and Ferris had gone too. Ferris I could understand, but I certainly hadn't expected Suzaha to go. He was probably worried about Kaguri, but there was also another reason, she said. She'd heard that she'd get paid. Suzaha had enough money with her to get by in this time period, but since it wasn't her own money, she preferred not to spend it on living expenses. She'd rather make her own money instead. That was something that had always impressed me.
Alright, I forgot something important.
Something important?
Happy New Year's! Alright, Komi just ended yesterday, so it doesn't feel like New Year's yet, does it? Alright, let's all say it together.
Happy New Year's!
Okay, that does it.
Now that we've finished our greetings, let's get going.
Okay.
After the shrine priest has heaven!
Actually, there's no heaven in Shinto, so you're not gonna find it at a shrine.
Alright. We all headed to Yanabayashi Shrine, laughing and talking as we went. And I think that this is a pretty good place to cut it. I am interested to see where this goes. As far as I can tell, we are currently following the same plotline as the anime did. But I don't know for sure because I thought we were as well before and I don't know what's going on. But for now, thank you all so much for following my playthrough of Steins Gate Zero, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.